I mean, my cursor to the right spot on the screen, Madam Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chairman Powell, for 5 years, I've worked very diligently in an effort to unlock at least $45 billion in capital to be available to the economy. And without me saying any more, you understand where I'm headed, the inter-affiliate margin rule. I hear rumors that we might be getting closer to such a rule being announced. Any insights you could provide on that?
I'm happy to be able to confirm those rumors. We are indeed getting close, and I can't give you. I've been under strict orders not to give you which I will obey, not to give you an actual date. Nonetheless, it's very clear that we are. It's been a long road. I will agree with you, and but we'll get there very soon, I'm told.
I've spent enough time on farm bills. I have enough patience. I'll wait you out. The knowledge we're making progress is really important. That said, Chairman Powell, there have been a lot of comments made about the nature of the programs that have been put together and the way the Fed has addressed this unprecedented set of challenges we've had in the first part of this year. That said, in your experience as a Fed chairman, in your academic training, could you ever have imagined a pandemic of this magnitude with this kind of economic impact, not just on the United States, but around the world?
No, I certainly didn't. You know, like everybody else, I was aware that there were things called pandemics and that they could have consequences. But, you know, you essentially had all over the world governments and people sort of deliberately stopping a lot of economic activity. And we'll see declines in economic activity that just are beyond any in living memory because of the disease. It's akin to a natural disaster. So, so I really do think this is a once in a life. I certainly hope it's a once in a lifetime event. And I hope market participants don't grow to think of it as something where we'll react to any old thing.
Absolutely. And you and I have discussed many times before, coming from my part of Oklahoma, the Great Depression in the 1930s, the Dust Bowl, the dramatic effect of Fed policy in 29 and 30, and Congress's policies, the administration at that time's policies that made things so dramatically worse. 3/4 of the population of my home county went away and has never come back. It is fair to say that doing what we in Congress and what the Fed has done, what Treasury's done, unprecedented as it may be, still is dramatically cheaper than a lack of action. Fair assessment, Mr. Chairman. Putting the economic train back on the tracks costs a lot more than keeping it on the tracks.
I feel very strongly that way. I really do. And, you know, we're going to come out of this, and the more we do now, the stronger our economy will be, the better we're able to keep people working, get tax revenue back up, and have a strong economy to pull us forward and service the debt. We're going to come out of this with more debt. So our banks are going to have taken losses. Households will have run down their capital. Everybody will. Nonetheless, the economy will be stronger, and that'll help everyone.
And ultimately, Fed policy will reflect that new reality, as will fiscal policy in the United States Congress have to reflect that new reality. The piper will have to be paid ultimately. But
Yes.
Having that bill to pay is how we get to the point of being able to pay.
That's right. And that's why I think this is not a time to worry too much about, the longer run fiscal situation. We'll have to return to that, but I would say this isn't the time to prioritize that.
One last thought, representing a substantial part of the rural area of Oklahoma, making sure that Fed programs work as well in the countryside as they do in the money centers in the big urban areas is critically important from my perspective. Making sure those facilities are available to everybody helps assure the robust recovery. We don't want to leave any particular regions or parts of society behind as we come out of this. And I believe you're working aggressively in that area.
We have tried to, and in fact, I would point to the things we've done with the municipal facility, where we made sure that states that have more rural populations and don't have a lot of big cities, nonetheless, have the benefits of that facility. And we will continue to adjust all our facilities to try to serve that goal.
With that, Madam Chair, I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you.